Good morning, everybody. How are you? Today, weather is very sunny and clean. I cannot see any kind of cloud, and this weather has been 3 days, same as the continuously. So today, I would like to read the Bible, Genesis from chapter 5, 6, 7, and Old Testament Match 5. So let's start. The family tree of the human race. Chapter 5. This is the family tree of the human race. When God created the human race, He made it godlike, with a nature akin to God. He created both male and female and blessed them, the whole human race. When Adam was 130 years old, he had a son who was just like him, his very spirit and image, and named him Seth. After the birth of Seth, Adam lived another 800 years, having more sons and daughters. Adam lived a total of 930 years, and he died. When Seth was 105 years old, he had Enosh. After Seth had Enosh, he lived another 807 years, having more sons and daughters. Seth lived a total of 912 years, and he died. When Enosh was 90 years old, he had Canaan. After he had Canaan, he lived another 815 years, having more sons and daughters. Enosh lived a total of 905 years, and he died. When Canaan was 70 years old, he had Mahalalel. After he had Mahalalel, he lived another 840 years, having more sons and daughters. Canaan lived a total of 910 years, and he died. When Mahalalel was 65 years old, he had Jared. After he had Jared, he lived another 830 years, having more sons and daughters. Mahalalel lived a total of 895 years, and he died. When Jared was 162 years old, he had Enosh. After he had Enosh, he lived another 800 years, having more sons and daughters. Jared lived a total of 962 years, and he died. When Enosh was 65 years old, he had Methuselah. Enosh walked steadily with God. After he had Methuselah, he lived another 300 years, having more sons and daughters. Enoch lived a total of 365 years. Enoch worked steadily with God, and then one day he was simply gone. God took him. When Methuselah was 187 years old, he had Lamech. After he had Lamech, he lived another 782 years. Methuselah lived a total of 969 years, and he died. When Lamech was 182 years old, he had a son. He named him Noah, saying, "This one will give us a break from the hard work of farming the ground that got cursed." After Lamech had Noah, he lived another 595 years, having more sons and daughters. Lamech lived a total of 777 years, and he died. When Noah was 500 years old, he had Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Wow! At that time, the man lived very long time, not that compatible from today's. There are so many reasons based on the science. At the time, there was kind of the no UV, I think, and so they can live kind of around this 1,000 years. I'm not sure. I need to search it. And as always know, Enoch, Enoch is really, really special person who just God took him directly. So um, they said no, Enoch hasn't yet died. Yeah, he steadily lived and steadily walked steadily with God, and he just gone away like Jesus. He just like gone away to God. Yeah, okay, good. And I feel like the hierarchy of the family it just goes through the Jesus directly. And on 2019 year now, so the historical hierarchy is very, very impressive to me. Okay, chapter 6 Giants in the Land. When the human race began to increase, with more and more daughters being born, the sons of God noticed that the daughters of men were beautiful. They looked them over and picked out wives for themselves. Then God said, I'm not going to breathe life into men and women endlessly. Eventually, they are going to die. From now on, they can't expect a lifespan of 120 years. This was back in the days, and also later. When there were giants in the land, the giant came from the union of the Son of God and the daughters of man. There were the mighty men of ancient Noah, the famous ones, Noah and his sons. God saw that human evil was out of control. People sought evil, imagined evil, evil from morning to night. God was sorry that he had made the human race in the first place. It broke his heart. God said, I get rid of my ruined creation, make a clean sweep, people, animals, snakes, and bugs, birds, the works. I'm sorry I made them. But Noah was different. I liked what he saw in Noah. This is the story of Noah. Noah was a good man, a man of integrity in his community. Noah walked with God. Noah had three sons, Shem, Ham, and Jabez. As far as God was concerned, the, the earth had become a sewer. There was violence everywhere. God took one look and saw how bad it was. Everyone corrupt and corrupting. Life itself corrupt to the core. God said to Noah, it's all over. It's the end of the human race. The violence is everywhere. I'm making a clean sweep. Build yourself a ship from tech food. Make loops in it. Coat it with pitch inside and out. Make it 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Build a loop for it and put in a window 18 inches from the top. Put in a door on the side of the ship and make three decks, lower, middle, and upper. I'm gonna bring a flood on the earth that will destroy everything alive under heaven. Total destruction. But I'm gonna establish a covenant with you. You brood the sheep, and your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives will come on board with you. You are also to take two of each living creatures, a male and female, on board the ship to preserve their lives with you. Two of every species of bird, mammal, and reptile. Two of everything so as to preserve their lives along with yours. Also get all the food you will need and store it up for you and them. Noah did everything God commanded him to do. Okay, I feel Noah was really, really um, um, very following God's word, and he is just doing directly without any hesitations. That's why Noah is kind of the God's people. And another thing, God really directly to us, detailed. So I hope God also make me detailed instruction so that I can follow His, I can catch the God's point. But if do that, if we do that, mm, I'm really follow His word without any hesitation. I'm considering, yeah, I'm kind of the person still. Okay, let's chapter 7. Next, God said to Noah, now board the ship, and you all your family. Out of everyone in the generation, you are the righteous one. Take on board with you 7 pairs of every clean animal, a male and female, 1 pair of every unclean animal, a male and female, and 7 pairs of every kind of bird, a male and female, to ensure their survival on earth. In just 7 days, I will dump rain on earth for 40 days and 40 nights. I make a clean sweep of everything that I've made. Noah did everything God commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood world covered the earth. Noah and his wife and son and their wives boarded the ship to escape the flood. Clean and unclean animals, birds, and all the crawling creatures came in, paired to Noah and to the ship, male and female, just as God had commanded Noah. In 7 days, the flood waters came. It was the 600th year of Noah's life. In the second month, on the 17th day of the month that it happened, all the underground springs erupted and all the windows of heaven were thrown open. Rain poured for 40 days and 40 nights. That's the day Noah and his son Shem, Ham, and Japheth, accompanied by his wife and his son's wives, boarded the ship, and with them every kind of the wild and domestic animal, right down to all the kinds of creatures that crawl and all kinds of birds and anything that flies. Taken to Noah and to the ship in pairs, everything and anything that had the breath of life in it. Male and female of every creature came just as God had commanded Noah. Then God shut the door behind him. The flood continued 40 days, and the water rose and lifted the ship high over the earth. The water kept rising. The flood deepened on the earth. The ship floated on the surface. The flood got worse until all the highest mountains were covered. The high water mark reached 20 feet above the crest of the mountains. Everything died, anything that moved, dead, birds, farm animals, wild animals, the entire teeming exuberance of life, dead, and all people dead. Every living, breathing creature that lived on dry land died. He wiped out the whole works, people and animals, crawling creatures and flying birds, every last one of them gone. Only Noah and his company on the ship lived. The flood wars took over 450 days. Okay. Yeah, finally, Noah doing as God said to him. After that, yeah, the result was good. Yeah. Um, God God's word should be done without any kind of suspicious thing. Okay. One of my um, sincere friends told me, who watched my video, he just suggested me, how about you just saying whatever you feel like after the finish the reading the chapter, every chapter. So I follow his suggestion and it's very good. Thank you. Okay. And let's move on to the New Testament, Matthew chapter 5. Chapter 5. You are blessed. When Jesus saw his ministry drawing huge crowd, he climbed a hillside. Those who were apprenticed to him, the committed, climbed with him. Arriving at a quiet place, he sat down and taught his climbing companions. This is what he said. You are blessed when you are at the end of your rope. With less of you, there is more of God and his rule. You are blessed when you feel you've lost what is most dear to you. Only then can you be embraced by the one most dear to you. You are blessed when you are content with it, just who you are, no more, no less. That's the moment you find yourselves proud owners of everything that can't be bought. You are blessed when you worked up a good appetite for God, His food, and think in the best meal you'll ever eat. You are blessed when you care at the moment of being careful. You find yourselves cared for. You are blessed when you get your inside wall, your mind and heart put right, then you can see God in the outside wall. You are blessed when you can show people how to cooperate instead of compete or fight. That's when you discover who you really are and you are blessed in God's family. You are blessed when you commitment to God provokes persecution. The persecution drives you even deeper into God's kingdom. Not only that, count yourselves blessed every time people put you down or throw you out or speak lies about you to discredit me. What it means is that the truth is too close for comfort and they are uncomfortable. You can be glad when that happens. Give a cheer, even for sort they don't like it. I do, and all heaven applauds and knows that you are in good company. My prophet and witness have always gotten into this kind of trouble. Salt and light. Let me tell you why you are here. You are here to be salt seasoning that bringing out to God's flavors of this earth. If you lose your saltiness, how will people taste godliness? You will lose lost your usefulness and will end up in the garbage. Here's another way to put it. You are here to be light, bringing out the God's color in the world. God is not a secret to be kept. We are gonna we are going public with this as public as city on a whole. If I make you light bearers, you don't think I'm gonna hide you under a bucket, do you? I'm putting you on a light stand. Now that I put you there on a hilltop, on a light stand, shine. Keep open house. Be generous with your lives. By opening up to others, you will prompt the people to open up with God, this generous Father in heaven, completing God's law. Don't suppose for a minute that I have come to demolish the scriptures, either God's law or prophet. I'm not here to demolish, but to compile it. I'm gonna put it all together. Put it all together in a faster panorama. God's law is more real and lasting than the stars in the sky and the ground at your feet. Long after stars burn out and earth roar out, God's law will be alive and working. Trivialize even the smallest item in God's law, and you will only have trivialized yourself. But take it seriously. Show the way for others, and you will find honor in the kingdom. Unless you do far better than the Pharisees in the matter of right living, you won't know the first thing about entering the kingdom. Murder. You are familiar with the command to the ancient. Do not murder. I'm telling you that anyone who is so much as angry with brother or sister guilty of murder carelessly call a brother idiot, and you just might find yourself holding cold. So seriously, you stupid elder sister, and you are on the brink of hellfire. The simple moral fact is that was killed. This is how I want to conduct yourself in these matters. If you enter your praise or of worship and about to make an offering, you suddenly remember a grudge a friend has against you. Abandon your offerings, leave immediately, go to the friends and make things right. Then, the only then, come back and work things out with God. Or say you are out on the street and all the enemy oppresses you. Don't lose a minute, make the first move. Make things right with him. After all, if you leave the first move to him during his track record, you are likely to end up in court, maybe even jail. If that happens, you won't get out with a straight fire. Adultery and divorce. You know the next commandment pretty well, too. Don't go to bed with another spouse, but don't think you preserved your virtue simply by staying staying out of bed. Your birth, your heart can be corrupted by lust even quicker than your body. Those leering looks you seek nobody notice. They are corrupt. Let's not pretend this is easier than it really is. If you want to live a morally pure life, here's what you have to do. You have to blind your right eye the moment you catch it in a loose layer. You have to choose to leave one eye or is as be dumped on moral trash pile, and you have to chop off all your right hand the moment you notice it rests threateningly better a bloody storm than your entire being discarded for good in the dump. Remember the scripture that says, whoever divorces his wife, let him do it legally, giving her divorce papers and her legal right. Too many of you are using that as a cover for selfishness and whim, pretending to be righteous just because you are legal. Please, no more pretending. If you divorce your wife, you're responsible for making her unadulterous, unless she has already made herself dead by sexual promiscuity. And if you marry such a divorced adulteress, you're automatically an adulterer yourself. You can't use legal cover to make a moral failure. Empty promise. And don't say anything you don't mean. This counsel is embedded deep in our traditions. You only make things worse than you lay down a smoke screen of pure stuff, saying, I pray for you, and never doing it, or saying, God be with you, and not meaning it. You don't make it your word true by embellishing them with religious race. In making your speeches sound more religious, it becomes less true. Just say yes and no. When you manipulate words to get your own way, you go wrong. Love your enemies. Here's another old saying that deserves a second look. Eye for eye, for tooth. Is that going to get us anywhere? Here's what I propose. Don't hit back at all. If someone tracks you, stand there and take it. If someone drags you into court and sue for the shirt of your bag, give the work your best coat and make a present of it. And if someone takes under unfair advantage of you, use the occasion to practice the several servant life. No more tit for tat. Stop. Live generously. Your family with all the written law. Love your friend and its unwilling companion. Hate your enemy. I'm challenging that. I'm telling you to love your enemy. Let them bring out the best in you, not the worst. When someone gives you a hard time, respond with the energies of prayer. For then you are working out of your true slaves your God created serves. This is what God done. He gives to his best, the sun to warm and the rain to nourish. To everyone regardless, the good and bad and the nice and nasty. If all do is love the lovable, do you expect a bonus? Anybody can do that. If you simply say hello to those who greet you, do you expect a medal? Any run of the mill sinner does that. In a word, what I'm saying is grow up. You are kingdom subject. Now like it, live out of your heart-created identity. Live generously and graciously toward others, the way God lives toward you. Okay. While I was reading this Testament, chapter 5, I feel Jesus is almost hate the sin. So whenever we have a sin, we have to repent directly and never do it again. Yes. Okay. I would never thought I would be here saying like this video and Bible things to everybody. And it makes me feel very sincere, and whatever I talk to you, I feel like a very, very um, comfortable things. And I'm gonna try to every day this video, making this video, saying that with Bible and the things what I feel after reading this Bible. Okay, hopefully everything is going well today, and I'm praying to you, uh, for you. And okay, let's start today. Thank you. See you tomorrow.